there at last. Standing. Or seated. Doesn't matter. Monument to the hatred of bowing.
What?
Bowing.
What?
Monuments.
Oh, yes.
They who live by the larynx die by the larynx. But was it the singing or the drinking? Singing grew raw, as did the drinks. Can't be vocals now, though, can he?
Eh?
Vocals can't be vocals. The last recorded syllable recorded just in time by the sound of it.
Recorded decibel.
Syllable.
Symbol.
Syllable. Prognosis poor for certain instrumentation on that era album, obviously. Lamentable, it wasn't a lament. Heard it yet?
Don't need that.
So we haven't got that. Yes, not that.
Not that again.
Did we forget?
Won't be heard anyway.
Nearly forgot.
Sell that.
Must forget.
That's sold.
Forgot.
Gone. Vocalslessness could be lead voicelessness. Interesting, possibly, visually.
If you can see. Voiceless vocals. Problem, of course, is that words are so instrumental.
Could be blackest red oleaginous lead. Ha ha. Ha ha. Or a Braille sign, or the blighted word lighted, the lighted word leading vocals led. Or something.
Sorry. I didn't know you were there. I didn't see you there. I didn't realize you were here. Is there something on? I'll go here. Vocals can go there. I couldn't, but I think you will see us better there. So go there.
What? Okay. Ads gone in for the fourth. Maybe there can be vocals. We never knew what they were going to do, whoever they're going to be.
Still trying to replace poor keys lost in Newcastle somewhere at Bay.
Eh?
Keys.
No, we don't need keys exactly. They're not needed. But we'll get another nevertheless. Then four. As you've said yourself 1,000 times, one doesn't exist. Two's a crowd. Three's company. So four, therefore logically a band.
But they'll need a key even if we don't. How did you word it?
What?
Wording.
Definite fourth required to complete incomplete. Three, experience not essential but must have complete commitment to four no less. Ability to work with dourness, sourness, foulness. Helpful. Does that sound like you? Non-holes need not apply. Like that.
Well, hopefully whoever they think they sound like, have the key that makes them think it doesn't sound like them.
Sure, but yes, like I said, we don't need keys exactly. Clock set to late again.
Forgot his base. Or to come, on which place this time again, or ill. On with that, error, or whatever they're not called banned, or all those, or left. Last words in hospital were, I'm going to leave.
What?
Leave.
What? Us?
No, himself.
Eh?
We're less than more than ourselves, but not.
Abscond in for the fourth. I was telling Lee that.
So you heard vocals error album or not yet then?
What?
Error.
No. All's good.
No. Did you hear it?
I heard that.
Well,
What?
what's it like then?
What?
Error.
Now, I did hear that. By accident. Harry had it on DT vocals. I liked it. But you probably think it over where it should be under and under where it should be over and starts where it should be over. And then it's not over soon enough where it should have never and ever have begun.
Sounds good.
So you're going to put that there again, are you?
I never put this there before.
Say again.
I've never put this there before.
Then put it there twice then. Or not at all. Once doesn't exist.
What? There are unknown named, the names we don't know, and whether we don't like them or not. There are not named, the names we know haven't yet been applied or discovered, and that no, we would not like them if they were. There are the unknown and named, the names we don't know if they are any longer called what they were called, and whether we don't know, we would like what they used to be called. Then, there are those never names, the names we know and will never have.
What?
Name.
Oh yes.
Searching for an original bootleg, not the bootleg of the bootleg, allowing that the first plan or whatever preparing of the coffee, the tea, the ironing of the work outfit, the buying of it, even the nonchalant, yes, the nonchalant t-shirt. Nonchalantishness requires immense organization, orchestration, power and the fuel to power it. The fabric, the design, the cut, the neckline. Is it good enough or too good? The remorse of it all. It can't be too good. Will it shrink? The commute, the tickets, the pockets, the wallets, the standing. Any seat will do. The floor will, the walk in the rain, the shoes no shine, the crawl, the crawling, crawling. This vast explanation like, without mentioning the work, the requested books, them, took my book just, I was finding the lost bit, the referencing, the paraphrasing, the interpretations and the resistances against those very facts which are what if they're not just that. The translators, proofreaders in correcting the correct, did the source from which everything flows read the right one. Writers forgetting which word they used. Lost. Your words are not your own. The hyphenation debates, were there hyphens? Oh, the hyphenology of it all. The marginalia of it. The ontological status of textuality. Publish or punishment. That's the metaphysic. The impossibility of the micro escaping the macro. Very grand. Accounts of space-time independent of any textual or meta-hysterical inscription whatsoever become inconceivable. Becoming inconceivable. That's it. A self-perpetuating domain of inconceivability. Just bad habits. It's a wonder anyone gets done in trying to keep your head hot in genuine genuflection. A thick joist of spine never yet upheld an empty and ignoble soul to the rubric of flags flung at this calamitous world of clamour and rabble. The hateful waste of all that time at work when work could be getting done. Consider the making of arguments. No. Instruments. Imagine the sound involved. Ever heard bells being made? A ferocious racket drums. Takes its toll. Ear defender terrain drums. Tells bells eardrums splitting peeling from the toil of it all, let alone the playing of them, in the preparation for the work of making instruments. In the rear, I say the rear. It's not the rear. I'm not saying the rear or the mire, or the ordering of the materials from which they'll be made. Extracting them from the earth while the earth is making them. Paraqueous industry molecular assemblies. We, our relations, generative chaos errors, overjarred phases on us, all trying to lessen with the cosmos and its vast version of non-linear dynamics instead of to it, the becoming of a listening instrument. Sing. The move from immanence to cosmology is legitimate. Don't forget that. Easy to forget that. Must not forget. A minimum memory is essential if one is to really live. But even anti-memory is remembering. That's why we forget it. And aggressive music according to its own designation endeavors to move beyond previously set forms, to experiment with structures, modes of expression, higher unities of sound. Sing. OTO analogy, to render audible the silent forces of the cosmos. No, not the cosmos. I forgot. Mustn't forget. Minimum of memory expediting forgettery, a faculty essential to remembering forgetting. But despite these endeavors, remnants of pre-organized, arranged, assumed elements, patterns, tempos, chords, notes, themes remain reiterated. To what degree and what intensity, frequency, duration, what loss? I'm not going to measure that for you. What do you think I am? Uncut service. Hours of thought, analyst dating service. More quantitatively than qualitatively is our tagline. The grill is being burned at the stake. Contest the same with anti-productive nothings. Can't have the same nothing twice, can you? But nothing works out unavoidable antinomies rather than solutions. Absolute nothings are exempt, of course. The ultra special edition, limited edition of none. But if they take the form of formatted nothings, blanks, ex nihilo nihilo fit, tricks. Nothing more, bracket, close brackets. No Nothing without. Zero without. Not without. Or shall we just call it a gnosis? Swallowed blank dictionary in loquacious silence. Sing. There has to be correspondence between concepts and intuitions, or is it between conceits and illusions, or the other way around, or they are blind? Nothing meaning, nothing becomes the only meaning if it works, and the material particulars is certain over any a priori, a kind of non-empirical transcendentalism. Let us consider the famed anti-performance, performances of which are performed either contradictionis, this quintessence of nil. Blind leading mind aimed at non-conscious actors displace, or dispel, doesn't matter, cognitive exigency to decompose organism environment, dualities. Improvisational music composes, decomposes qua non-idiomatic creation in real time. The precious now, compositions in performance that reach beyond. Where is that beyond? Pre-prepared sequences, categories, genres, styles by revoking composers and performers and thereby breaking an imperialist division of labor, still perpetuating the dualism of performer's audience, striated space of stage observation. I am not entirely blind to this theatrical panopticon, panoptic, this
Get out of my head.
What?
Get out of my head.
Get out of my head. Though we occupy the same temporality-dictated schedule yet persists, when will it end? Inappropriate chronometric time and distratified space is essential to the dissolution of all control centers. Or so they say, but even the exemplar 433 way utilizes a striated spatio-temporal audience stage start-finish format, play beginning to not play once the performance has ambivalently not begun. Footnote: it must be noted, 433 does not include the entire sounding world. Noise is exempt. It has to be if everything is music. And better off for it too, given that noise is the false liquidation of the utopia which we reject. We strive for parts of the world reconfigured, drawn from the virtual and re-realized, placed in continuous variation, heir to the grinder without organ, organ without grinder, and the monkey's actors, the cast, the mold. And here we are playing our set. All performance we reject. We embrace only anti-performance, but all attempts end up playing at the aporia. Other good old aporia, with its aboratives, just a blinking word blinking before the blinded eye. For FUCKS sake, for how long will we be denied denial? In the final analysis we may have to audialize adeptly traversing across lines of catatonic paranoid fascism with their thirst for destruction, extinction, dislocations and breakages of every kind, and lines of joy. But to have a molten bell recast would be wonderful, to touch or to strike. To hear the singular resonances folded, unfolded, refolded, to follow by echo's way, forlornly. Who, when I speak, listens. When I hear, and who, when they speak, hears. When they listen.
When I speak, when I listen, I spoke, but listen not until those who hear heard. When I heard of those who listen, when I hear, should they ever speak? But I couldn't hear, would I, because the thing is, no one has anything to say anymore, do they? I mean, before, people people used to say things even if they didn't have anything to say. They'd have a message of some sort even if it wasn't one. Or they'd say something more, how you might say, equivocal, to at least let some things not be said and others have a say because of something not being said. But now they just say nothing at all. When was it last when someone had something to say that wasn't just anything or nothing, and what was it? Think about it. What was the last word not said and who said it?
Turntable on factory workbench placed. Plain cut vinyl glass crisp in white and black. Microscopic scarred gully fissure circularity screw certainty. Stylus tip revealed terrain. Gathering dust wall colossally. Collected in sacks by workers. Transported to city along all feast. Ceremonious villagers gathered serenely said. Devotedly devour the dust they're served. Quickly they stand in silence. Start to dance silently.
Sounding good.
That is, the immediate immediately prior begins at the same time as the beginning, and if the immediately prior begins with the beginning when it begins, then logically the whole of all prior beginnings as began begin at the same time with it, and belongs neither to any previous prior to the beginning any more than one that might begin after any previous beginning has begun. Rather than beginning after the immediately prior had stopped beginning, it pre-exists before it started beginning. That is, the beginning is never a beginning. It's always before itself, and each beginning repeats every immediately prior to the beginning before beginning. We only ever come in after we've begun, and not a moment before it or any beginning before that. Neither. Conversely, are we ever in any now to begin at the then? We only think we are after it's gone. If we went back to before now, or before it began for all eternity, we'd still never have begun.
What?
Begin.